So the Bruen case just passed, and the LA County Sheriff had this to say.
Impact of the Supreme Court decision, it eliminates the regulatory scheme in California, New York, and all the other states. I think there was a total of 13 states. And some counties were issuing a shall issue standard, and most of the very large metropolitan areas were a good cause standard, and we were one of those good cause standard for decades. Well, now we are retooling our operation to a shall issue standard. Anti-Second Amendment, I don't know how you describe it, or against CCWs, it's moot, really, because now our job in the executive branch of government, which obviously law enforcement includes, we enforce the law. We don't either write the law or interpret the law. We have to enforce the law as it's written and is interpreted by the courts.
I'm going to be sharing with you my journey into getting a CCW. I haven't been issued one, nor have I been denied yet, but I thought I'd share my experience and the process of getting a CCW in the LA County. And so far, from beginning to where I am right now, it's been a 5 to 7 month process. And just for reference, I sent in my application before the Bruen decision, and on October 15, 2021, I turned in my application with a $30 non-refundable check by hand directly to the Hall of Justice. And at the time, I only owned one handgun that I listed out of the 3 that I wanted to carry. And this is actually pretty important information for later on during the interview process. 5 months went by and I wasn't getting contacted. I didn't know where the status was of my application. But I noticed on March 10th, 2022 that $30 was removed from me from the Department of Justice. And I wasn't contacted for an interview. But until May 8th, 2022 was when I got a call. It was an unknown phone number, so keep your head or your phone nearby. Pick up all spam calls because you never know. The DOJ might be calling you. But my interview was scheduled on June 17th of 2022. Going into the CCW interview, it was very informal. There's no need to dress up in a tie or a suit, even though some people in the waiting room were dressed up like that. I came in jeans and a shirt, basically the shirt I'm wearing right now. But if you feel like dressing up is going to actually benefit you in your interview process, then I suggest you do that. But they're just trying to meet you in person, so just be your genuine self. And the interview is overall 15 to 20 minutes. In the beginning of the interview, they want you to check off a list in which they want to reassure that you aren't a felon, a criminal, and also that you're mentally stable to acquire CCW. They're also going to need a valid California driver's license or a California ID card, a birth certificate, or a US passport, and also a proof of residency. And for me, I'm currently still living with my parents, so I emailed the interviewer prior to come in to see if a lease agreement would suffice for proof of residency, which it did, so I brought it along with me at the interview. And it's at this point, if you want to change the firearms that you want to carry on your list, you can add additional, or you could remove the ones that were already existed. So I filled in the blanks and added 2 more firearms to add. And also, this is a good time if you want to change your good cause statement, and also your interviewer will tell you if your good cause isn't good enough. So my good cause originally was for mostly recreational activities. I do a lot of camping in isolated areas, hiking in isolated areas, and also I carry a lot of expensive camera equipment on me. So during the interview, they asked me to change it because they don't issue to recreational activities. And during this time, Uvalde in Texas just happened, and I'm a preschool teacher, so my interviewer suggests that I worded my good cause around that situation to work in my favor. But since Bruen passed on June 23rd, which is about a week or week and a half later, which makes issue states to now shall issue states. So I don't know if that's going to affect me, but the sheriff did say this, and I hope it does work in our favor. So after that, they scan your papers and they give you a live scan to go get a live scan. This is going to be an additional $128. And this is really the make or break. Everything else you're guaranteed to do. The live scan is what's going to hold you back. So, for example, my California was completed on 6/24/2022. The FBI check was completed on 6/24/2022. But the firearms portion is still in progress. Now this is going to be a 30 or 90 day wait, and this is what is literally the stepping stone to getting a CCW. Besides the good cause statement prior the Bruen case. But one more thing I'd like to note, that I sent my application on June 24th, 2022 because I needed some additional paperwork to send to my interviewer. They were asking for my history of employment from the beginning to currently, so I had to get that out of the way. And also, I had trouble at the live scan office because on the live scan system, there's an option for a CCW and a standard CCW. And if you look on the request for the live scan services on the LA County CCW website, it says that it is for a standard CCW. Also, once you send it to the DOJ website, also you can look at the status, which I'll be linking in the description down below. Now I patiently wait 30 to 90 days, and today it's July 22, 2022. And the latest I'll be getting a phone call whether I get denied or accepted is in September of this year, so I hope that goes through. And if I get accepted, I'll make an update of the video and the final steps needed for the experience of it. But if I get denied, I'll just post a comment saying I got a no-go from Daddy Joe. And hopefully this inspires you to start your own journey to get a CCW in LA County, because it's a long process. So it's best that you start now, even though in total I think it's about $400 to $500 if you make it through all the way to get there. You could save money along the way. $30 just to start. You wait 3 to 4 months, maybe even longer now, because the Bruen case probably made a lot of people want to apply, so it might be even longer. So, which gives you a chance actually to save money to get that live scan, and then you get to save money again to do the training. So we'll see how that goes in the next, I think, 2 months from now. I'll give you guys an update. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys on the next one.